Welcome to Pause for Peace, Episode 5. My name is Jule and I pastor Hillwood Presbyterian Church USA that gathers on the west side of Nashville, Tennessee, in order to be about positive community impact in our local community and in this world each day. We do so because we believe God is love and is calling us to live on this path of following Christ, to live on this path of love each day. I'm so glad you have joined me for episode 5 that is being released to you on December 31st, 2023. How is it that we have come through 12 whole months in this year of 2023? How is it that we stand on this precipice of another 12 months that unfold before us in this new calendar year of 2024? I wonder if you take any time at this season of the year to reflect upon all that has gone forth for you in these past 12 months. I know I do. If you know me, you know that I love to take photographs. I love to capture in pictorial form those moments of life that are filled with great joy, great beauty, impact that I want to remember all throughout the year. And as I turn to those photographs, I see a lot of selfies, I see a lot of smiling faces, being with friends, being with family, being about positive impact in our local community with members and friends of the church. And it's such a joy to be able to just see that every year, to be able to reflect in that way. And no matter what I'm feeling in the moment, to know that there has been so much in my life for which I can give great thanks. Well, today's episode of Pause for Peace is going to be an opportunity for us to be bathed in that same kind of gratitude, to be looking for things in our life for which we can give great thanks. Several decades ago, a man named Masaru Emoto, a Japanese businessman and scientist, was very curious of water, and particularly the impact of human consciousness, the impact of our words on water. So Dr. Emoto, he went about these little experiments with water. In one famous experiment called the rice experiment, which he has written about in his book, Messages of Water, he talks of, for a month, taking 3 little containers of water, one, all having rice in them as well, one that he labeled with positive words, words like, you're beautiful, words like, I love you, words like, you got this, you're fabulous. One jar of water and rice he labeled with words like, you're ugly, I hate you, you're awful. One jar of water and rice he didn't label at all. And every day, all throughout the month, he would take 1 minute to spend time with each one of those jars of rice with water. And he would just bombard that sampling of water and rice with words, and with the sample that had the positive words, the I love you, you're beautiful, you're fabulous, joy, beauty, all sorts of those words. For 1 minute, he would just continuously say all of those words to bathe every aspect of that water sample, of that rice sample, with positivity. The sampling of water that was surrounded with words like, I hate you, you're awful, you stink. He would, for a moment, 1 minute every day, he would continue to bombard, to just bathe that water with all of those words that would tear down, that would make any one of us feel horrible if for 1 minute we were just lambasted with all of those negative words. And then, of course, the sample of water with rice that he didn't label at all. He just sort of pushed that to the side. He didn't do anything with it all month long. So after a month of this experiment, of the rice experiment, after a month, he went back to each sampling of water. And he was able to see that the sampling of water, that he would bathe with these positive messages every day, and that were surrounded with positive messages every day, literally being written on its container, these positive words, he saw that it had fermented into this glorious aroma, this beautiful concoction that was just a pleasure to behold and to take in through his senses. The sampling of water and rice that he had bathed in all those horrible, negative, tearing down words, he saw that it had turned to this murky, blacky goo of a mess. And interestingly, the water that he had just set aside and done nothing with and put no words around all month, he noticed that it turned this slimy, greenish blue, awful color. Well, take in the messages from that water sample for just a few moments and reflect upon what you do to the water and the body of your own being. Imagine if we were to never tend ourselves, never have any kind of upbuilding of ourselves, how we might turn out. Imagine if we let that voice of the inner critic just run rampant and just have all sorts of negative words and messages surrounding us each and every day, not just from the external, but from the internal, sending those messages to ourselves, as so many of us do, that we're not good enough, we're not pretty enough, we're not fabulous enough, we're ugly, we're stupid, all those kinds of messages that we can send to ourselves, that we're never going to have anything wonderful in our lives. All those messages that literally turn a sampling of water murky, nasty, black, gross. And think about if we were to take, say, 30 days or 12 months, or this whole year that lies ahead, and bathe ourselves, bathe all the cells of our body with the kind of positivity that Dr. Emoku bathed those cells in his experiment. I wonder how we would be feeling, what we would be doing, the way we would be living peace and vibrating the energy of love beyond us in the world each day, if we were to bathe ourselves with such positivity. Well, there's a few practices that I want to invite you to consider. A few practices that can have a similar effect as this water experiment had. And the first practice is really quite simple. You can get very elaborately involved in it, but really the first practice is quite simple, and a practice of gratitude and literally keeping a gratitude journal. That practice is about, at the end of each day, just writing in a notebook or taking a note on your phone and just listing 3 things for which you give thanks that day. Now, your gratitude journal may be filled with amazing things like grand adventures you've been able to take. Your gratitude journal may be filled with simple things like, I'm so grateful I was able to make it through this day. Or I'm so appreciative of my friend who reached out to me in the middle of this day. Your gratitude journal may be as simple as, I love my dog. I love my dog. And I am so grateful to be able to have this beautiful creature a part of my life. Your gratitude journal might just be, I'm thankful for the sunshine. I am thankful for sunshine every day I have it. So you might have a gratitude journal that's just filled with simple things. Imagine doing this practice every night for 30 days or every night for 365 days and see how your cellular composition is feeling at the end of it all. See the impact that that is having on your body, mind, and spirit. Well, there's another gratitude practice that I really love and that I invite you to be a part of right now, wherever you are. It's a practice that a healer of mine shared with me, and it's really a very simple practice that can have profound impact. And when I do this practice, I love to do it while I'm walking. It's a way that I can just be paying attention to every part of my body. And I just call this the gratitude scan. This is an experiment, almost like the water experiment, in which we can bathe ourselves, every part of our body, in absolute appreciation. And then we can notice how we feel. Notice how our body can come into rhythm with our mind and our spirit. So, if you will, get yourself comfortable and join me for these few moments of this gratitude scan. And we're just going to start by bringing awareness to our feet. Literally in this practice, this is where we start. I know I always talk to us about being grounded as we enter into any prayer practice. It's such an important thing. But in this practice, we literally are going to begin by bringing awareness to our toes, like the little bitty ends of our toes. You can close your eyes if you'd like. This is not something that you have to be stationary to do. Like I said, I love to do this when I walk, but you also could be laying in your bed. You could be prone on the floor. You could be on a massage table. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, you can actually be about this body scan of gratitude to just return every cell to deep appreciation. All right, so I'm going to close my eyes. I like to close my eyes when I do this scan when I am not walking. I'm just going to begin to bring awareness to my toes. I invite you to just bring awareness to your toes. You may never think about your toes throughout your day, but your toes are so important. They help you with balance. They help to ensure that your feet hit the ground and that you literally stay stable in this world each day. And so literally this practice is just going to be a practice of saying thank you to every aspect of your body. You can get as descriptive and as elaborate as you want. I might just kind of skip us right over in this practice, but you can actually name every little organ, every little muscle, every little bone. If you know all those names, you're welcome to do so. I am not an expert on anatomy, but I am a human being. So bringing awareness to my toes, bringing awareness to your toes, grounded in this earth. If you want to say aloud wherever you are, or if you want to just in your mind's eye, in your heart, just be sending a message of thank you to your toes. So thank you, thank you, thank you, little toes. Take another deep breath and bring awareness to your feet. You might want to bring awareness to the balls of your feet. Bring awareness to the plantar fascia of your feet. Bring awareness to your heels. And then send a message of gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, I love you, I love you. Dear feet. And bringing awareness up into your ankles. You can also be visualizing like energy or air moving as you are coming up your body. So bringing awareness to your ankles. And just thanking your ankles for all that they help you accomplish, for the way they help you move in this world each day. If you've had an injury to an ankle, you can thank your ankles for the ways they have healed. You can even set an intention. If any part of your body is injured right now, set an intention that they indeed will begin to heal, and even the little cells will begin to come back into balance and to cause any pain or any discomfort in your body to ease, to return you to health. So moving up into our shins and in our calves. Thank you, thank you, thank you, calves and shins. Just bathe with so much appreciation for the weight of the world that they carry. Moving up into your knees. You might even want to just rub your knees as you go about this moment of appreciation. Thank you, thank you, thank you, knees. Thank you for your flexibility, your ability to bend and to move me through this world. And keep breathing all throughout this experience. Now we move our awareness into our legs, into our thighs and our quadriceps and our hamstrings, which can be so tight for so many of us. Let's just thank our hamstrings, our quadriceps, our thighs. No judgment going on in this body scan of gratitude. You may not like how certain parts of your body look, and yet your body is beautiful and is functional and is able to help you be you in the world each day. So whatever you are able to do with these legs of yours, these quadriceps, these hamstrings, just bathe them in great gratitude. And as we move into our hips and our pelvis and our sexual organs, we're able to bathe all of them as well in great gratitude. Maybe you want to put your hands on your hips. Thank them for their ability to carry us, to keep us upright, to allow us to create and bring pleasure to our own body and even to the body of another. And as we continue up into our belly, into our stomach, into our intestinal tract, our GI system, we can give great thanks to this whole cavity of our torso, our abdominal cavity, bathe it in so much appreciation and love. There's so much happening in our gut each and every day. There's little bitty microbes that are working for our benefit that we don't even think about. We may not even be aware of, and we may ingest so many things that work against them. So let us give great thanks for their strength and their ability to keep on doing their job, so that we might have some sort of ease and comfort in our gut. We're moving into this area of our body that is filled with so many organs, on the front of our torso at least, so many organs. You may not even know the name of all of your organs or have any idea where they all are. That might be a good thing to learn in 2024, to become more aware of aspects of your body, that you might live in balance with them, thereby creating peace through your whole being. There's a spleen in there on our left side. We take it for granted so often, but it's essential to our immune health. There's a gallbladder and a liver there on our right side. And they're so active in cleansing our body, keeping the toxins away from other vital systems. Let's give thanks and appreciation to those parts of ourselves right now. We are marvelously made. As we continue up our body, we have breasts we can give thanks for. We have lungs for which we can give thanks. We have a heart within for which we can give thanks. And literally just your breasts, your lungs, your heart, give gratitude, give thanksgiving for every one of these parts of your body. They work automatically without us even paying much attention. Yet our heart and our lungs are so vital to our health, physically and emotionally. Our shoulders. Let's just give ourselves a big hug. Put one arm on one side, one hand on one shoulder, one hand on the other shoulder, crisscross. And give great thanks to your shoulders. Give yourself a little hug. Thank you, thank you, thank you, shoulders. These shoulders are such complex joints. They're able to move in so many directions. Our shoulders literally and metaphorically might carry so much each and every day, carrying the weight of the world, which we might just need to slip off our shoulders now and again. We are so thankful and appreciative for these complex joints and for how they serve us and allow us to function in this world in so many ways. And if you have any pain in your shoulders, if you have any sense of impairment in your shoulder, nonetheless, bathe your shoulders in thanksgiving and gratitude and love and appreciation. And we're just making our way down our arms. We have one hand on the opposite elbow, the other hand on the opposite elbow, and we literally can once again thank our elbows. Sometimes our elbows can take a beating, being bruised on edges and doorways and corners that we bump. Thank our elbows for their function and their ability. Show such love and appreciation to our elbows, and making our way down our arms, even our forearms, how important they are to be able to grip and to hold, and our wrists. If you have one hand on one palm on one wrist, one palm on the other wrist, thank those wrists for their ability, their strength, for all that they allow you to do. And continuing down your hands, I invite you to put both palms together. You might even rub your palms together a little bit, creating a little bit of friction, a little bit of energy movement there in your palms. Your palms are actually connected to your heart center energetically. So thank your palms. Each finger, you might want to just pull up each finger, almost like you're taking off a glove from each finger. Thank each finger for all that it does. Not all of us have all of these body parts. We can be grateful for the parts that we have and the abilities that each part that we have is able to accomplish. We can bathe even the areas where we might be missing parts of our bodies. We can bathe those parts of our bodies in appreciation. There still is energy there that is a part of us, even if the physical part of us may be gone. So we want to bathe each aspect in so much love, so much appreciation, and great gratitude. We're going to circle back around to our buttocks, our sits bones, and just bringing awareness to our buttocks and our sits bones, giving great thanks for their function, the way they help us to walk and climb and sit. And we cannot neglect our spine. I don't know if you can reach the bottom of your spine, there at your sacral, and the top of your spine. If you're able to put one palm on each area, maybe even feel like this energetic connection between each palm, the energy of your spine running from top to bottom, bottom to top. Just visualize that energy of love moving in and through your spine, through the nerves, through your spinal cord, through the cerebral spinal fluid that flows in and through it all and allows you to have health and wholeness in your body. In whatever way you can reach any aspect of your spine or your back. Just giving great thanks for it all. And if you can't reach it, just visualize like a blanket of warm, awesome love, just like floating down your back and bathing each cell of your back, of your spine, of all the muscles in your back, all the nerves in your back, all the fibers in your back, and even your skin, just bathing it all in great appreciation and love. And let's bring awareness back to our neck. Okay, our neck is so vital to us being able to have a head that can move, right? And so if you want to bring one palm to the front of your neck by your throat and one palm to the back of your neck, and just for a moment, bring so much appreciation, gratitude, love. Your throat literally helps you to speak your truth in this world, your vocal cords that are all there. The back of your neck, holds up your head, that literally allows you to raise your head up and look up at the beauty of this world and of the stars at night. Look up and see eye to eye the beauty of other human beings. And however you want to encircle your head, oh gosh, there's so much that's a part of your head. We have your face, right? Your chin, your lips, your nose, your cheeks, your eyes, your forehead, your ears. Think all parts of our face, all of the organs of our face, all of our sensory perceptors that are involved in our face. We can be grateful for the skin of our face, for the bone structure of our face, for the brain. So you might want to put your hands, your palms somehow on your head, and for a moment be giving thanks for your brain. Sometimes our brains fail us with having difficulty finding words or memories, and yet our brains are these amazing, amazing organs, this just like amazing machine that's inside of us. They're so amazing and so necessary. Maybe this is a year you will commit to taking better care of your brain. By what you take into your brain in nutrients, by the messages that you allow in your brain, and by the images to which you expose your brain, to the sounds you allow to get up into your head. So you may or may not have some hair, and you might want to give great thanks for that, for all of the beautiful hair that you do have. Or if you are not somebody with hair, you might want to give thanks for this beautiful head that you have, this beautiful skin that is brave and faces the world and that needs the protection of warmth, even though it does not have hair to keep it warm. We didn't name aloud each bone, so let's just add in at this point our bones, this like structure that we are, that keeps us like firm and able to be in this world. Our bones are an important structure, a lasting structure. And all the fluid systems that are in us, we give thanks for all those, for our lymph system, our circulatory system, for our respiratory system. And finally, we give thanks for our skin, this boundary that is us. The skin that too often defines us. The skin for which so many of us take for granted. We are grateful for its function. And then lastly, if you'll just take your palms together, kind of at your throat, might want to rub them together a little bit, and then I'm going to invite you to separate them and to raise them up over your head, and it's like you're going to circle yourself, like kind of drawing with your fingers all the way around yourself, a little cocoon, a little egg-shaped cocoon, a little cocoon of love. You might even visualize yourself sealing your whole body, top to bottom, all the way out beyond your feet, just sealing that all in deep appreciation, gratitude, and love. And before we leave this pause for peace, if you'll place your hands back on your chest, both palms on your chest, one palm on top of the other, just right there in the center of your chest, in the energy of your heart space. And if you will, notice how you are feeling internally, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, how you are feeling in these moments, now that you have paused for peace and been about this gratitude scan. You might want to take a few deep breaths as you do this. Never neglect to give thanks for your lungs and for the function and the ability to breathe that they have. And as you're in this position still, with your hands on your heart space, your hands on the center of your chest, I want to invite you, because it is this precipice moment between the ending of 2023 and the beginning of 2024, depending on when you're listening to this episode, I want to invite you to just take a moment and set an intention, if you will. Maybe it is a word that has come to you during this pause for peace, a word that you will return yourself to again and again and again all throughout this year, so that you will be having a positive message, that the cells of your body will be bathed in positivity all throughout the year. Maybe it's an intention to care for an aspect of your body that maybe you noted while you were doing this gratitude scan. And maybe it's an intention to be about more gratefulness, more gratitude in your world, literally giving thanks to your entire body each and every day. Whatever that is in these moments, if you'll just set that intention for this year that lies ahead. So be it. Blessings for 2024, dear ones. I look forward to seeing you next week for episode 6 of Pause for Peace. Be safe. Celebrate in this most exciting time of the year. That can also be a time of sadness and endings, but celebrate the freshness of the year that lies ahead. See you next week.